I secretly kind of wish that I could have a teleprompter. Appropriate things to say, you know, just that it just like, maybe it's in my glasses. Maybe I should have done that. Anyways, we're waiting for our nails to dry. And I thought maybe we could have a little discussion about whether or not you actually need an autism assessment. Hi, my name's Courtney. I am 38 years old. I am a late diagnosed autistic, I want to say adult, but that's still up for debate. I was diagnosed at 35 years old. It was just the shock of a lifetime, I'll tell you. If you want to see that video, I'll have it linked. So as my little disclaimer, I just want to say really quick, I do not represent all autistics out there in the universe. I am only speaking on behalf of myself. If your experience is different than mine, please do not feel any less valid. In fact, it would be a perfect, I'm not sure what just happened there, but my chair was like bugging me. We're okay. It would be a perfect opportunity for you guys to leave your thoughts, your opinions, your views respectfully in the comment section down below. So there are some reasons why you might need a formal diagnosis of autism. If you're looking for academic accommodations or you need additional support within the workspace that you're in, if you are trying to gain access to disability benefits or other funding. And none of those things were really what I was seeking out when I got my diagnosis. For me, this was just like an internal, and we're gonna get into this in a second. I needed one for me. I needed a professional to tell me that this is in fact, just because I've been gaslit for most of my life. And there are also a lot of reasons why you might not need one or not want to get a diagnosis. So first off, self-realization is valid. Like if you are on my channel and you are a self-realized, meaning that you have come to this conclusion on your own, because I just need to tell you why this is valid. The normies, like the regular folk out there in the universe, are not just sitting and scrolling on the internet and on their phones and trying to find out, am I autistic? Am I autistic? Am I autistic? Like maybe they saw a video, what popped up in their feed, and they looked at it and they were like, no, I don't fit this. And they moved on with the rest of their lives. Okay, they're not like the rest of us, where we're like 78 videos, 5 blog posts, 4.5 books deep into this. A podcast here and a podcast there, infographics, tests, binders, folders. Like the regular folk just aren't doing that. Use the term like regular very loosely. You got to take everything I say with a grain of salt. The wording that I use, it's all part of how the brain works. I'm doing my best, okay? But so if you're here and you're ever concerned that like, oh, Courtney's gonna judge me, I'm here and I'm calling myself autistic and I don't have like, I'm not, like, there is room. There's room. You're here with me, we're doing it. You're looking for resources and help to make your life make more sense, and I am here for it. There's also the real barrier, okay, that like is just there for all of us trying to get a diagnosis as an adult, because as a kid where this might have been covered, and it also depends on what country you're in and like where you're at, it would have been something that they could have sent me for as a child. I'm in Canada. As an adult, this is something that I had to pay out of pocket for. And this can range. I've heard people paying like as little as like $2,000 all the way up to 10. I paid, I think about 4. I think I say it in the video. I honestly have just like, all of that has just left my brain. So I'm really glad I filmed it all, because that whole experience, like if you ask me what happened, I got nothing. I got to actually review the video. Like it's gone. But I think I paid about, it was like 3 or 4. I think it was 4, maybe it was 5. Let's just say between 3 and 5. How about that? That's good. We're just gonna leave it there. So it might not be even accessible to you, because that's quite a commitment. There's also just what happens, that it is talked about a lot more now, but like what happens when you have that label, because there seems to be just this, like, you wouldn't want to eat food out of a can that didn't have a label on. I've seen a lot of creators actually use this analogy, like the label lets you know, it gives you the information, what to do with what's in the can, the jar, whatever. You know, you got to be able to know what's in there, so the label helps. But it can be a hard thing, and there are definitely people in my life who don't like that. They're like, well, but I'm gonna have a label regardless. You know, you're gonna call me stupid, dumb, lazy, annoying, you're gonna, whatever you want to call me, you know, it's all autism, but you're gonna, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, there's also the emotional cost that goes into getting a diagnosis, which a lot of you guys actually comment on my videos, and you'll mention like, yeah, you know, this was the cost, and not a lot of people talk about that, but I did. And a lot of people also don't have that experience. A lot of you guys have mentioned in the comment section that you're like, no, you know what, for me it was just a relief and I was really grateful and I just went about my life. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. That was not my experience. The emotional cost I am still feeling to this day. Like, that happened in 2022 and I am still not okay. That's 3 years ago and I'm still like reeling over it. I haven't accepted it entirely. I haven't processed the loss of the person I thought I could be if I ever just got over my issues. And then there's if you're already having your needs met by the people in your life and by yourself and your job and your community and whatever, do you really need that? And the answer is, it's up to you. Like, right? You thought I was gonna, yeah, but I can't. Because I can't say what's right for you. Because even though I know some people in my life whose needs are met, it was still something that they wanted to seek out for themselves. And just as another note, it is entirely okay to want to know yourself better. Whoever's telling you in your life that you should just be like, it's fine, just let it go. Just let it go. No, it's okay. You exist in this body one time. So why would you not want to get to know all the aspects of yourself so you can get the most out of life? Knowing yourself is a huge part of being human and you know, learning what makes you tick. And that's okay. You know, you're allowed. You're allowed to take up space if somebody hasn't said that to you today. I'm saying that out loud because sometimes I need to hear it too. So really, there's no one nice answer. There's no like, go get a diagnosis because you need to have one, because it's just too complicated of a thing. Because for me, I was able to financially do it myself. So I paid for it. I had some support through our insurance. And my husband, of course, because I had to take time off work, and I am still taking time off work because I'm still not okay, because I hit burnout and it spiraled. There's lots of videos on this channel if you're just finding this and you're like, oh my God, what the hell? But there are some people who will need it. And it also depends on your level of support needs, because I am fortunate that most of my needs I'm able to meet most of my needs, and then my partner is able to help me with that, and then family and friends are also definitely part of that sort of circle. But you might be somebody who needs access to more things. So the reality is, this is going to be, and I hate to be like, oh, this is a discussion with your doctor, because 90% of us know exactly how our doctors handle these situations. So this is going to be a conversation you have with yourself and really kind of weigh out those pros and cons. Like, I love me a good legal pad. You know, we've got the pros, we've got the cons. Should I do this? Shouldn't I do this? What could this mean for me? How could this go? And sit with it. Like, take your time with it. Like, this isn't just a rushed, willy-nilly kind of fly by the seat of your pants kind of a decision. Like, take your time with it. Because I kind of assessed a lot of my life, and I looked back at a lot of things, and I gathered as much information about myself as a child as I could. I'm definitely about to bust out my binder. I could feel it. Could you feel it this whole time? It was coming. I don't know what to tell you. So I was thinking of making like a little freebie, like resource, like just like a download, like a checklist, if you will, for all the crap that I included in here. I'm such a dork. Oh my God. Why are you watching? What are you doing here? This is crazy. In this binder, like, I collected a lot of things before I decided that this was something that I wanted to do, but this also could have been evidence or proof enough. You know, if you're feeling like you've got your life mostly managed and you're just doing this because you want to know yourself better, putting your own kind of assessment, if you will, together. And this is why you dumb people out there who are like, oh my God, you're not autistic. Oh, you're just a little weird. Oh, you're too normal to be autistic. And excuse you. Like, oh, how do you know? How do you know? Because we've done the research. Okay? But you can take the time. Take the time, start here. If that makes you feel good. But, you know, gather report cards if you have them. You can talk to family if you feel safe to do so. Talk to your friends if you feel safe to do so. If you have a good relationship with your doctor, I definitely, you know, you can start there as well and just be like, hey, this is something I'm thinking about. What would be the benefits of this? The reality is there are not a lot of programs. Like, for me to go and find help, and I'm in the process of trying to use this to use this to get myself help, and it is turning into well, you're too complicated for this doctor and you're too complicated for that doctor and you need somebody more specialized and we got to refer you to somebody else. And I'm on so many wait lists for different psychologists and psychiatrists and blah, blah, blah. And the reality is it's a little frustrating. It's a little frustrating, and it hasn't been as helpful in that regard as I maybe would have liked. I had kind of hoped that, I don't know what I had hoped, but like out of the woodwork, somebody would come with like information or like a solution, like a game plan to be like, okay, Courtney, this is what you're gonna do. And this is how it's gonna be better. And like, this is, you know, because I feel like, and it is maybe my like misinterpretation, but when I do see other autistics talking about like their support teams, in my mind I'm picturing like an actual team of people trying to make this person's life better. And the reality is it's not always a very sturdy ground, and people talk about things in a certain way and we often take it very literally. So I do have a support team, but it's not like a team of doctors or a team of people that are just constantly here trying to, like, I am 90% of the time under 2 weighted blankets and a dog on the couch crying. So just with a grain of salt. So this was a very anecdotal, chatty kind of a situation where I just wanted to, like, do you need one? Yes and no, but there are pros and cons, and it's going to be really important for you to weigh those out, because like the ramifications can also be like, okay, but then the positive side, and I don't talk about it a lot because I feel like it was so overshadowed by a lot of the really bad, like, people, like, I guess I hurt feelings and I didn't mean to. I figured it was about me, and so I was just kind of leaning into that, and so the negative just sort of, for me, it's the thing that, like, it was traumatizing. It was I've said it. It was traumatizing how people responded to my video and to my diagnosis and things. It sucked. But it has also brought me an immense sense of self and like understanding and realization, and I am more patient with myself. It has taken time, but I am more patient and I am more understanding. And when I have these really dark days now, as I'm struggling to deal with my burnout, if you missed the video on depression, it's linked somewhere. Go check it out. I'm really cheering you up today, hey? But it has given me something that I didn't think that I would ever have in my lifetime, which is, first of all, somebody heard me and believed me when I told them that my life has not been easy. The way that my brain interprets things has not been easy. It's been hard. And I have felt it in my heart throughout my lifetime. I hate that that was something that I needed. Honestly, I am sad for myself that I couldn't just feel that knowing myself and being able to have my own boundaries was enough. It doesn't make me happy, but I needed that. I needed something to hold on to say when people are pushing it with me. No, actually, there is a reason. It's not an excuse, it's an explanation for why I am the way that I am. And that for me was the biggest reason that I needed it. Comment down below if you've had an assessment, if you feel like sharing. Of course, it's never any pressure, but I love to read your comments, and I do read every single one, even if I don't respond. Know that I just sit here for hours and I'm just going through your comments. But just leave me your feelings on it. Like, how did you feel before your assessment? How did you feel after your assessment? What was your pros and cons list? Like, did you have a list? Did you make a list? And what was on it? And how did that also like come through? Like, so after you got the assessment, if you went for it, and then if you didn't, just give me the goods, okay? Because you have no idea the number of people who were like, yes, the comment section. You guys leave amazing information for people. We are all, like, as much as I'm the one putting out the video, we are all helping each other here, and it is such a beautiful thing. I don't even know what to do. Okay, it's incredible. So that's where I'm going to leave you for now. Don't forget, I'm now on Twitch. So if you want to hang out with me live and very unedited, fair warning, I swear a lot. I'm so sorry. I'll try not to, but like, listen, it happens. The truth comes out. Anyways, but hang out with me on Twitch. There's going to be a link below. I play video games. We're just going to chat, hang out. It's going to be great. The autism discussion is welcome to continue over there. We can talk about things, and if you've got questions for me, I'm happy to answer them over there. I'm also on Blue Sky. There's a great autism community on Blue Sky if you're looking to connect with more autistics and you want to hear more stories and like just see what the autistic folk are up to. Blue Sky, links, everything. It's down there somewhere for you to check out. Do a little digging. Time for a little archaeology, okay? Otherwise, I love you guys so much, and I see you, and I hear you, and you have a space here. So no matter how you're doing, what's going on, in the moments that we're together here, just know that you are just held in this safe space. And thank you so much for being here on this journey with me. I love you, my friends, and I look forward to catching you all again in the next video. Bye for now. The most awkward outro. Listen, I still don't know what to do for my outros. Give me something. Did we like happy stimming? Is that too on the nose? I just want you to know you're loved. What could I say that lets you know that you are appreciated and you're loved and you're here with me? Give me something. Let's go. Okay, that's it. Bye.